Hi traders, it's Christo. It's about 2:37 on Central Time here. We still have maybe about 20 minutes to go until the equity markets close down here. It looks like they're trying to sell off a little bit towards the end of the day, and we do have like a general feel of risk aversion going on across. Not extremely strong, but it seems that it wants to develop probably into something a little bit bigger. We can see some sell-offs into the Aussie dollar, a little bit into the pound, and some of the yen crosses are losing some ground. We've been talking about this trend line here and about this retest in the S&P 500 for the past few videos, and you can see how the market respects it and is trying to move lower. So this could be an early indication that we could have some weakness coming in here into tomorrow. We are at this support right now, and they do have to take this down before anything happens. So let's see, with about another 20 minutes to go, if they're able to do this or not. I'm getting a little bit of a few conflicting signals from the other markets as well, and we might be a little bit overextended here. But let's just keep an eye on how this S&P closes into today. And as you can see here on the daily chart, so we need to look at it and see, what are they going to do. But this is like an early indication that this market is it's probably getting ready to reverse lower. So just watch this support line. We're still here again. The market fights with this level pretty strongly. So this 13.99, 13.98, I think all the way down to 13.90, it's a pretty solid support. So there's always the possibility of squeezing back up higher here, but if we do drop below this line, watch out here. All right, so let's look at what's going on in the euro dollar. I think that euro dollar has been, and we were expecting this to a certain extent, for this market to come and attack this 29.30 zone, and it's happening today. I think they've kind of started this move last night in London here. Let's see if I can get a clean chart. I think I'm still stuck with. Let's go to a 4-hour chart and let's just zoom out a little bit. So and actually let's go to a daily chart. By the look of this candle, the bears are probably going to win today, and it's the first rejection that we're getting after yesterday inside bar here. We have made a move above here that seems to be like a pretty solid failure up here. I would still think that we're in some sort of a correction on the downside here, and I'm not sure how much this one is going to extend. Probably, we can go down to maybe 129 here, but I'm getting some signals on the 1-hour chart that we might be due for a bounce here. We're having the 100-day moving average come, 100-hour moving average sort of come like this, slightly above here. So the pair is sort of supported up here. We have had this first rejection through this candle, and it seems that the market is just maybe trying to find a base here. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this trend line, and you'll see on the 1-hour charts what happened is once we broke below this uptrend here last night or early this morning into the beginning of the New York session, you can see how the market dropped here, and then it went back up and retested this broken trend line. Now we're sort of moving lower. So it seems that we do have a lot of demand down here. So I'm looking to see if we break below these levels, and then we can be in a danger of a further move down towards 28.95 and 28.60 zone. So just kind of watch this level. We have a couple of longs here into the 29.50 and 29.30. Depending on how the early session in Asia will go, we might dump these trades. I'm really curious to see if we're able to squeeze a little bit back up higher here into the 29.56 before the drop lower. But we'll see. If they keep moving lower, then we might have to just bail out of the positions here. But for right now, I think this 100 moving average will try to support this pair, and then we see how we develop. I was thinking earlier this morning that this may be a failure here, but it was actually just a retest of this trend line, because if we would have moved up higher here, into the New York session, then a squeeze up higher would have ensued. So, but it looks like the markets have a different plan and just kind of moving lower. And there's a lot of pressure coming also from some of the Eurozone news and some of the fiscal cliff talks, and it looks like most of the pairs are sort of pulling back here. Let's look at the Aussie and see what the Aussie does here. And you can see this is a daily chart of the Aussie. It was met with plenty of supply up into the 104.80 zone, and we have been rejected up there. So right now we're coming back into the support line. You can notice how we're having these supports here. All these daily candles that were never they never managed to close above this 104.40 zone. So now we're back at these levels. This would be a good entrance level for any longs here, but the look of this candle is sort of terrible for any bulls. It's a little bit scary, which means that we're having this upward move and then a rejection lower and reverses into this bearish pin bar. That could mean that we have lower prices ahead of us. So while we might not move straight down, expect a little bit of consolidation, maybe a move higher here, and then maybe a drop lower. So this Aussie, it's a little bit, it gives us a little bit of some clues about the fact that we might get some risk aversion in the days ahead. So just watch out for that as well. In the Aussie, I've had some questions about the Euro Yen on Twitter. And this is a daily chart. Let's look at the weekly, and I've been talking about the possibility of Euro Yen in my previous videos, if you watched them, of the Euro Yen moving back from this trend line that's been attacking for the last couple of weeks, and the possibility of this, you know, pulling back probably about 104, 103.80. We're still a bit away from that, but and on the weekly charts it doesn't look like much, but it probably is. So the first level of support in the Euro Yen comes down here at about 104.50. If we're able to get a pullback all the way down here, I think that's where, if they're pushing this market back, that's where they want to take it, to 104.65. Excuse me. And there's no indication of a bounce higher yet. So even on the 4-hour charts, you can see how the market it's kind of making this this failing top here, moving like this, you know, and losing strength here, and then kind of falling back. So it's got a much bigger chance of moving lower here. So we might even take some short positions the Euro Yen into tomorrow. Let's see how we develop overnight, but I'm pretty inclined in taking some shorts. I like this double bar rejection from the highs here. We will need to break below this support to get more confidence, so let's just wait for the pair to break below support and then maybe squeeze up higher, and then we can take some shorts down and take advantage of some downside in the yen crosses. So that's my plan for the Euro Yen. Just kind of watch it here and see how it develops, like I always say. So I guess that's about it. I'm looking now at the daily charts on a separate monitor. There's you know, there's some pretty bearish closes all over the place. The only exception, it's the Euro Yen with the dollar yen, which is closing somewhat bullish, but through a very small candle. And other than that, not a whole lot going on. It's not like a huge movement day overall. So we're going to wait for this pullbacks in the euro dollar to get out of our longs here, and then we might try some Euro Yen shorts overnight. So okay guys, if you have any questions, let me know. You know how to reach me, and I'll see you out there. All right, bye bye.